sports. It's in the game.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner, and beside me is my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo here in the state of Arizona, getting set for a wonderful day of golf. The Grand Canyon is the site for the action today. And Frank, how about this golf course?
Amazing, Rich. From a design point of view, absolute genius. But if you're like me and suffer a little bit from vertigo, don't look down, because the cliffs all the way down to the Colorado River, well, it's an enormous drop-off. So ball that doesn't find the fairway, you'll be re-teeing.
All right, Frank, we are ready to go. And this is a big, bold opening hole.
Most people would probably bail out to the right. If you do that, then that rock pile that you can see is definitely going to be in the way of your second shot, so you're going to have to go around it. So you have to be brave straight out of the gate and hit it slightly left of that. But don't miss it, because you'll pay a big price.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that. So, Frank, our first par 3, it's the second hole, and that green is kind of lonely out there.
Plus, it's built up a little. As you can see, nearly a perfect circle. Hole is 285 yards, and the 2 bunkers in front, really, they're not that bad. They'll save a shot, really, from sort of bouncing elsewhere. But really, anything on the green you'd take right now.
285 yards, that's a long poke, but again, it is downhill, 36 feet downhill to that green.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Second shot from the rough, it's on the way. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. 8-foot putt here. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Right, the other thing is the intimidation factor here. I mean, everywhere you look, there is huge trouble.
You consider the first 3 holes, big tee shot across the canyon, long par 3, and you get nearly a 700-yard par 5.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward, because on an uphill shot, there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
He'll need to be strong with this. Oh, yes, he's holed it, Frank.
Unbelievable. From that distance.
Here at the fourth hole, it is a relatively short par 4, Colorado River to the left, and the green is... Where is it, Frank? I don't see it.
Yeah, right in the corner, behind that pile of rocks. As the crow flies, it's probably only 270 yards direct to the green, but most people will play it as a very sharp dogleg right par 4. Now, that doesn't mean you just blaze away, because you can see if you're short of that dogleg, you're going to be blocked out. Too far, you're also going to be blocked out. So you really have to get the distance right off the tee here.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He is just so explosive. Well, Frank, there is a downhill shot, and then there is this at the par 3 fifth.
Big change in elevation. Drop shot par 3 you would normally say, but the length of the hole, around 230 yards makes that a little bit longer than a drop shot. Very, very daunting view. Little oasis surrounds this green here, as well as those two bunkers. Long? Well, you don't want to be long, to state the obvious or the inevitable for some.
Frank, you know what's so cool about this? It's not just a round of golf. This is somewhere between a round of golf and an expedition. I mean, it's that spectacular.
Well, caddies are replaced by donkeys here for a start, so it really is an expedition, as well as the bison tee markers are like the perfect fit, because this is country that's been here for so long. The Native American Indian has spent so much time in this area, so it's nice to look at this area and remember all these great things that happened. This is a landmark, and that we can now play golf in amongst this, and in a portion of history, all this thing can happen.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Wait, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Now at 1 under for the round. Well, hop on board, Frank, here at the par 5 6th. There's the moving train.
Hopefully it's the birdie train and not the bogey train. The archers, as the train just passes by, they have to also be negotiated. Catch one a little high and it may be a little too good, and you might hit the top of that. Somehow keep it underneath that, and you'll see the hole start to bend to the left. This par 5 is reachable, but it is going to take some doing. It's a rocky road.
Wow, he moved that a long ways, right in the fairway. Now the second shot to the par 5. So, third shot now for Rory McIlroy.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, well, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. Hoping to drop only one shot, this for bogey. And he makes it for a bogey here. Now with the par 4 7th hole, this an unusual fairway to say the least, Frank.
It's special. The reason why it's special, because it's shaped like an S. If you play it as a straightaway hole, then you're going to have to stay before that rock crop and then be far enough back that you can at least get over it in a direct line to the green. Otherwise, you're going to need a bit of a cut off the tee, and that would be fairly brave. Easy way, because the hole's not too long, would be to lay it up. More difficult, more enjoyable way is to cut it to the right and try and find a gap.
Frank, it really is an ingenious design here. Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all, and then let their game take over again.
How about a third birdie on the round? Now to the very long par 5 8th hole here at the Canyon. How long, Frank?
Over 700 yards, Rich. I thought it's the Olympic Club at the US Open a couple of years back when they made that par 5 700. I thought that was as long as it could be. No, we can even exceed that. Miss the canyon on the left, avoid the rock wall on the right. Well, I don't know if you can reach it for 2. But these boys, if they push the button down and mash it, you just might be one of the first to do it.
Standing on that tee saying, don't hook it, don't hook it. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5.
Ah, nice.
Looks good. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot.
Surely not.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Let the birdie blitz begin.
Ready to round out the front side on this par 4. It is another steep drop here, Frank.
And this hole is enormous. We've blown past the days of 500-yard par 4s, and we're into the high 600-yard markers. And that green all the way down the end just sits out on the top, on the edge of a cliff face. So a good drive essential here, and well, close your eyes on that second shot. There's plenty of peril in front of you. The rock on the left, there's that bunker that comes down on the left side as well. As that hole starts to narrow up, but the second shot here has to be one of the hardest on the golf course.
Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Let's see if he can make it 3 in a row.
He can't be that good.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Oh, I thought he had that. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Well, it was bound to come to an end at some point. Drops just one shot after that terrific stretch of birdies. So we're ready to start the back nine. Rich Lerner for EA Sports, along with my partner Frank Nobilo. Frank, tell us a little bit about the 10th.
Yet another tight tee shot, Rich. This time the canyon is on the right side, though. And you can see that left side well protected by that wall of rock. Not an overly long par 4, but once again, you've got a threaded drive down there to have any chance to really see this flag. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. In the fairway here at the 10th, nice way to start off the back nine. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Here at the par 4 11th, that green tucked back behind the canyon wall, Frank.
Yeah, it's not overly long. Once again, though, we're going to need a nice tee shot. This hole bends in the opposite direction to 10, slight dogleg to the right. So the canyon is on the left side, and that green's so well protected by that little crop of rock that's in front of it and to the side. So a good tee shot there, really, to get a look at that flag. Otherwise, you're going to play a blind second shot over the corner of the rock. Very narrow fairway, though.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Just a couple of feet. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Up to the par 3 12th, and again, I've said this before, Frank, you do not want to miss it left.
All long. This green just juts out there at a 45-degree angle. Must fly it all the way through the air. That bunker might save you, gives you about another 5 or 10 yards, but you referenced it long left, and you will be in trouble.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there, the easiest of birdies coming up.
Settles in over the putt, putting a good round together now at 4 under. Frank, now to the 13th hole, and this is the signature hole, isn't it, here at this course?
There's no doubt. The lovely waterfalls that come off one side of the mountain, drip over the side by the green. It's reachable for some players, but the second shot across that little oasis is just magnificent. This is one place, too, where you take the camera out, take a few shots. If it's a layup, though, you've got to consider that fairway when it starts to thin out, that you might want to lay it back in that fatter area of the fairway. It's a little easier. Second shot.
He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Good chance here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So back-to-back par fives, 14, Frank. I've heard you describe holes before. Have a go at this one. I'm curious. Go ahead.
Well, I never thought I'd be talking about a par 5 that can stretch over 900 yards, but this is it. Fortunately, we're at altitude. Fortunately, this hole plays a little downhill. That's about it. The rest is all up to you, because it's going to take 3 absolutely beautiful shots to reach this par 5 into a sliver of the fairway all the way across the side of the mountain. And somehow, not only do you have to hit it once, but you've got to hit it twice just to have a third shot at this par 5 green.
So this is the third shot to the par 5. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. That puts them at 4 under for the round. This is the par 4 15th, and again, just a spectacular backdrop here, Frank.
Well, there's the player's view there. You can just use the mountain with a little boulder on top. Really, it's a great line. You can see the big rock crop on the right. That really protects the right side of the fairway. So the more you look at it, the more complicated it gets. So really you want to simplify it. Just straight down there at the tall rock crop. That's your line. Hit it far enough down there, you will have a full view of the green for your second shot. A little short, well, you might have to get a different line.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. With that, moves to 5 under par. We are now at the 16th hole, Frank, and this is some layout.
It's 105 feet from the tee shot up to the top of the hill where the ideal landing position would be. And then, of course, the hole turns back on itself. Unless you hit it all the way down the end, you're going to have to hit it across and over that rock wall to a green, as you can see, that is hidden.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Chance to get it close here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result too. It's just a tap-in.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Impressive. Once again, that's a par, remaining at 5 under. Now to the 17th, Frank, and obviously a really tight driving area.
I've seen corridors that are wider than this one. The hole's not overly long. That's the positive side of it. But it is, without doubt, incredibly narrow. Now, you can play pinball here because left off that mountain should come back down, and right should also come back down. So we might see a little bit of pinball, but somehow get it in between those two, and it will leave you with a second shot to a green that pitches slightly back towards you.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. And now to the finishing hole.
A monster par 3.
Hello, where are we, Frank? Where's the green?
It is down there, that's for sure. Bunkers short and behind. They'll really help you if you misjudge your club selection. Apart from that, there is a green down there. Anything other than that will be a trouble.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, how do you like that? He's holed it. Just a phenomenal play right there. Really good round out there today. What's the mindset, Frank, to keep it going?
The first thing, really, Rich, just try and keep the same composure for tomorrow's round. Get some rest, we know that. Shouldn't really have to hit the range. Swings in good position.